I've done nothing but sit here, chill with the missus, wait for playground mode, eh? Where the fuck is it? All right, so I figured, let's stop sitting on my ass. I've got something that's gonna make you mad. Something that we can all sit back and laugh at. You remember this chick? Guess who's back? Back again. Old lady's back to spew bullshit. Yeah, so a few months back, I showed you a video of this lady on her news program talking about how Fortnite is corrupting children. It needs to be banned.
This online survival game has kids and teens competing to kill each other on screen and desensitising them to violence. Because it has been described as gory. Please think of the children!
It's violent and gory. We all laughed at it. It was really funny. I enjoyed it. But yeah, basically this woman is very anti-Fortnite. She has an agenda. And I'm here to destroy these people once and for all. If I can't be building giant willies in playground mode, I am going to defeat the anti-video game movement in one video. And you're about to witness that video. Buckle up, buckaroo. This shit's about to get nasty. Yeah, I saw this video because my mate Champ Chong, he did like a news breakdown on it. I didn't watch the video because I wanted to go in fresh. But yeah, he did the breakdown on it. You should go check that one out.
It's free.
Oh, that was a headshot. Oh my God.
Hold on, that's Dakota's. This lady better be careful. Be careful.
Oh, that was a headshot. Oh my God.
It's addictive. And it's wildly popular. The objective? 100 people fight strangers to the death, live and online. A round lasts up to 20 minutes, and you can't pause it.
Can we get Fs in the chat for the shock trap? Only us OGs will remember.
This week, a 9-year-old made headlines for wetting herself in bed rather than leaving the game.
I don't want to keep pausing the video, but... What? How is a kid peeing herself in bed got anything to do with Fortnite? Either cover her bed in towels or slap a diaper on it. That ain't Fortnite's problem. Don't be trying to ban the game because of that.
It's the most downloaded game in the world, and it's got parents in a frenzy trying to protect their kids and control their addiction.
See, that I've got no problem with. Like, that's obviously what you should be doing. Mate, you can't let a 5-year-old play any video game for 20 hours. Well, that's just common sense. That's not the game's problem.
Is today's psychologist Sandy Ray and our tech expert Charlie Brown. Good morning.
Well, this is Fortnite, and they're playing what's called Fortnite Battle Royale. Now, this is the multiplayer game.
I want to give a shout out to this guy. I've seen him on the Today Show before. I grew up with the Today Show, actually. This guy's a legend. Maybe this guy has talked some sense into him.
Now, this is the multiplayer game where up to 100 people play together, and games can go for 20 minutes or half an hour or 2 hours. There's a bit of shooting, a bit of puzzle solving, a bit of building. The kids can also join their mates in the game as well. So instead of kicking a footy at the local park, if it's raining, for example, they can join the virtual world and be talking to their mates.
But what's the aim of the game?
Well, you want to be the last man standing at the end of it.
So what's the aim of the game?
To kill all the other players in the game.
Correct. So how does that...
Oh my God, you can just tell. She was so smug about it.
But what's the aim of the game? So what's the aim of the game?
The other players in the game.
Correct. So how does that...
What's the aim of the game? No, I've gotcha. What's the aim of the game? It's to kill people, isn't it? Ban it. It's bad for kids. Ban it. Look, I used to love Georgie Gardner, that's her name. For the most part, she's perfectly fine. But on this issue, we have a problem.
So what's the aim of the game?
To kill all the other players in the game.
Correct. So how does that compare, Sandy, to a game of footy with your mates?
Wait, how does it compare to a game of footy? Like a game of NRL football? Oh, because no one's ever gotten violent playing football before. Oh, would you look at that? Broadcast on the same network as the Today Show. But I bet they don't make segments saying kids shouldn't watch football because that'd cost them money. Oh, mate, you really stumped us there, didn't you? You really got us.
Look, there's unequivocal research about the impact of these sorts of games. There's over 130 evidence-based pieces of research that tell us that violent games like this increase aggressiveness, increase angry thoughts, increase aggressive behaviour.
I'd like to see your sources, because all I have to do is go to Google, does video games cause violence? And I can show you thousands of results that disagree with you. high school dropout like me that dropped out at 15 years old, an absolute definition of a moron, can go to Google, find countless sources that say you're wrong. The problem is, anyone with a bit of money can pay any sort of scientist to come up with research that defends their point. So essentially, you can make any argument you want and create research that backs it up. I'm not saying that's what she did here. Maybe she actually has evidence. I'm not saying she doesn't. I'm just saying there's plenty of evidence that says she's wrong.
This is what the scientific community is telling us, that this is really something that we need to be very mindful of, and we really need to guard our children's brains. We're not saying don't do it at all, but we're saying the research is very much telling us, and there's over 116 research reports telling us that it affects the structure and performance of the brain as well.
Okay, I'll give her some points. She said she wasn't saying completely shut down all game usage. But like, once again, the violence part, so many people say you're wrong, and it's just common sense that you shouldn't let a kid play for 20 hours. That's no shit, right? Like, this has got nothing to do with Fortnite. All they're trying to do is scare parents.
But they're cartoon characters, they're caricatures, and we don't see blood, Sandy. So many parents are saying it's okay because we're not seeing the blood and guts.
That's a complete cop-out.
There she goes again. Can you say one bloody word without sounding like you're talking down to me? Just because I am uneducated does not mean you're allowed to talk down to me. All right, exactly right, it's cartoony. It ain't no Doom or Call of Duty. There's no blood spraying over you. There's nothing that's gonna scar a kid for life. It's the frickin' gingerbread man shooting an astronaut. Should 3-year-olds be playing it? No, that's common sense. If you need a bloody news program to tell you your 3-year-old shouldn't be playing a game with guns, you're a frickin' moron. You should have your kids taken away, because you probably don't even know how to feed them. But that ain't the game's fault. That's got nothing to do with Fortnite. Let me tell you, if a kid that's like 10 years old, which is around about the age that you should maybe play Fortnite, if a kid that's 10 years old gets corrupted from that stuff, mate, breaking news, he was already destined to be a serial killer. There's nothing that could be done. He already had a hungering for human flesh. He was already gonna be a serial killer.
I think what we've got to have as a rule of thumb is about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, even though most kids would balk at that, but 20 to 30 minutes is the time.
Mate, that's one game. Like, I'm not saying let them play for a week, but like 1 to 2 hours? Is there some sort of cutoff? Like at 20 minutes it's fine, but after half an hour they start eating people? Like, piss off.
Download it onto your iPad, play it yourself.
You encourage parents to play it, don't
So
you?
they at least know what the content is. Because parents who are showing me concerns about it, a lot of them haven't even played the game before at all. Download it and play it. First thing you're going to see is what the content actually is that you would be exposing your child to. And you can also see the parental controls that are built into the game so that swear words, for example, aren't going to pop up on that message bar as well. By learning a little bit about the content your kids want to consume, you will be much less concerned about it because you'll know what it actually is, not what you're fearing it is.
Oh, my mate Charlie just shat all over him on live television. Round of applause. Charlie, you legend. He said exactly what I'm trying to say. None of this has anything to do with Fortnite. Why is this a big outrage about Fortnite? This all comes down to parenting. If you're a parent, you got a 5-year-old kid that plays Fortnite, and after he finishes playing Fortnite, he starts punching your cat, he's probably got a problem. Maybe you should step in as a parent, separating from it. But to do that, you've actually got to take interest in your child, put effort in, play the game, understand what he's playing, be able to relate to him and talk to him about it, so you understand what he's actually doing in the game. But that's too hard. It's easy just to be angry. Fortnite.
Okay, it's a really good point. I mean, I'm looking at this game now for the first time, and I just want to play it.
Oh, mate, I love Carl. I grew up on this show. I love Carl. Mate, if you ever want to run duos, you hit me up, man. Forget Drake and Ninja. Carl and Lazarbeam. Oh, mate, dream duos.
But this is the point. If this game is so bad, if this game is so addictive and it's so detrimental to the lives of our children, then why is it available? Why shouldn't it be banned?
Carl, I feel betrayed. I feel hurt. I'm disgusted. I want an apology for how attacked I feel right now.
It's cool because there's nothing wrong with the game for who it's actually intended to play it. And the reason this game has a...
Therein lies the point for who is intended to play it.
But this game, the classification of this game is not restrictive to a particular age. There is a guide to the age, which is teenagers, but it's not restricted to it because of the content in the game. So because of that, you as a parent need to step up and you need to say, you know what, I understand what my kids are consuming here and I'm either okay or I'm not okay.
Oh my God, Charlie, I love you, mate. I love you. Look, I'll give this show credit. They've finally got an absolute legend on the show to talk shit and fight back for us. Love you. So, yeah, once again, I've said it a few times. It all comes down to being a parent. Play the game, understand what your kids are doing. If your kids are really young and you feel like they're playing too much, talk to them about it. Get on their level. Have a conversation. Have a relationship with your child. But what's that got to do with Fortnite? So there's a show called The Weekly. It's basically our daily show. They summed this up beautifully. Full credit to them for this. They had a newspaper from the 80s which showed a news report about parents being outraged about Nintendo. The Nintendo was causing violence. Bloody Mario was causing violence. They were saying it about the Nintendo. They've been doing this shit for years, boys. They said it about GTA. They said it about COD. And now they're saying it about Fortnite. Go to buggery. It shouldn't be banned. You just got to be a better parent. They've been using this as an excuse to outrage people and make people scared, make people come up with excuses for their poor parenting. Go, yeah, and get your head out your ass and get off my Fortnite. Oh, no, I just felt like I had the need to share this with the world. Now back to waiting for playground mode. Still not out, eh?